Tweeter, here's a look at the health chart you're looking at, asking me about today. I've put the funny background on so you can see all the candles, and you were asking about the candles, and I've labelled them 1, 2, 3. Okay. Basically the thing with the chart is, and seems to be putting this on the charting thread, one thing I'd like to say to people who are basically about to start charting, Bollinger Bands are a must. Okay, if a stock trades 3 days outside the Bollinger Bands, it more than likely comes off. Okay, and you can see this on 2 different occasions here on this stock. Okay, so just do bear that in mind. Okay, it also the other thing to look at is moving averages. Moving averages will always give you the average of where the stock should be. Here we have the 30-day moving average, which is creating the bottom, and we have a 14-day moving average, which is creating the top. That top has now been broken, so this stock, in my opinion, is bullish. Okay. The other thing that goes along with that is also volumes. Volumes are on the increase. The other thing to note is that we've had a repeating pattern. Okay, back here. Okay, this stock sort of basically came down to this level. Even though it traded through it, it closed up at that level, and that's what made this stock bullish again. Okay, the same thing's happened here. Okay, it's traded down to this level, the candle support level. Okay, and even though it's opened lower on a day and gone higher, which one would expect as a bullish engulfing pattern, it's not to be, for the simple reason that the volumes on that day were lower than the previous day and the days that followed. Okay, so that could have just been somebody who was in the know buying 20,000 shares at the end of the day to finish the candle up there. So it's with candlestick trading, you really have to be aware of all of this, and I think you need to bring in things like 30-day moving averages, 14 days, 7 days, and standard error bands. And like this little standard error band is just pointing up. And if you don't have one of those on your charts, I suggest you get one. Basically the key. Yeah, I can't say much more about this here than this was a bullish engulfing pattern, but on low volume. Then we had the Harmony cross. The Harmony is pregnant. Okay, it's in the middle of the bullish engulfing pattern. Okay, and then we had a higher open here and a trade down to the low. So for the person who sold on the low, we'd be slapping our faces, wouldn't we? And then a trade up. So this is a rising window, is what I'd be looking at here. It's a rising window, but it's still above the 14-day moving average, so I'd expect this stock to move up quite significantly from here. Okay, so that's just basically looking at that way. I don't know what you were asking me for tweets on the candles, but the candles were telling a story here. We had an inverted hammer, hanged man, all the rest of it, but they're just making a bottom. They're just making a bottom, and we've got the same culprits here. Hanged man, inverted hangman, harmony cross, and a big up. Okay, so yeah, candles are funny. It's like with candles, you need 2 or 3 of them, and they need to confirm. Okay, they need to confirm. We usually look at candles at 2 or 3, and they need to confirm. Okay, so when you're looking at candles, look at it that way. Don't look at just one candle. It needs to confirm the next day. Okay, so that's 2 candles. 3 candles added together will give a pretty good prognosis of where the stock's heading. So yeah, I'd take that from there. Yeah, basically that's me with that. It's just a basic sort of thing I'd look at as far as I was trading. I'd just be looking at those Bollingers, moving averages, and candles, and if the candles get ahead of the moving averages, I'll always come back to them. That's another thing to look at. Okay. Yeah, so I can't say much more than that. Hope it helps, tweets, but yeah, this chart is looking pretty good in my opinion. I could even draw a trend line along the bottom, and that's all good. So your risk reward is pretty favourable. That's what I'd be saying. Yeah. But as far as the little lesson candles and MAs, I think you need them all, and Bollingers. Yeah, you need them all as far as charting goes. Okay, thanks guys.